teachers. And you know what's super exciting? That tonight's guest is no stranger to the building. Sheesh. He helped students learn how to code with Code Chum, and now he's solving a very different challenge for a very overlooked audience, teachers. His new venture, Grade Chum, is all about saving teachers time, energy, and sanity when it comes to grading. And he's fresh off a regional win at Filipinovation. Sheesh! Let's welcome
Juice.
Juice!
Yes.
What's up? Say hello to the world, bro.
Hi
Yeah.
everyone. Thanks Piotr. Thanks Kuya Magic for having me here.
You're welcome.
Super happy that you're here. Also, because you just mentioned, so Jude just is the winner of the regional Filipinovation competition. So it's actually 2 weeks ago. I asked him to come last week, but of course he was too busy with deadlines, with coding, with doing stuff.
LOL!
Yes, but happy that he's here.
Yes! Welcome! If you just tuned in as well, guys, don't touch that dial for the next hour because we are going to be diving in. I'm excited.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Before we go into like the details of what he's doing, because this guy is building a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Let's first ask him some questions.
Yeah. All right. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I'm fine and a bit. This is my first time doing this radio show.
Oh, the
Nice.
first time. Well, it's okay, bro.
It's cool. This is my first time seeing what's happening behind the scenes with this radio that I'm listening at home.
Good.
So very cool.
All right. Well, let's get some questions out there. I've got a question for you. What is the nerdiest feature you've ever coded that no one noticed but you're proud of?
Nerdiest feature. Well, I guess it would be it would have to be with what we're doing right now, directly related to what we're doing right now with Grade Chum, where we utilized AI to automatically check the handwritten exams of students in schools. So previously, teachers had to spend so many hours checking all of those essay answers of students. They have to check the problem solutions in math and science. And with Grade Chum, what we developed, it can automatically check all of those. And so I guess it's an overlooked problem that not many people are thinking of or are aware of. But it's happening, and Grade Chum can automatically check all of those.
Cool.
Wow.
More about that later on. So, question: you're forced to take a complete tech detox for 3 days. Where are you hiding?
I guess I'm going to the province to disconnect. That's what I do actually. From time to time, I try to do it twice a year, but if it's not possible, I do it once a year. So what I do is I go to the province and I disconnect for like 4 days to 1 week. And what I do is I turn off my cell phone, I bring books, and then I just like reflect and look back to what's happened to my life so far.
Cool.
I have another one for you, bro. What totally unrelated skill do you wish you were amazing at?
I wish I'd be amazing at dancing.
Oh, really?
You cannot dance?
I dance.
We'll find out later because he has to do the TMC jingle dance.
Yeah.
What's that?
Everyone comes here needs to dance, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a hold up.
They actually thought we're joking, but it's actually, it's legit. It's legit. It's part of the process. LOL. No. You cannot leave until you danced.
What weird internet rabbit hole did you recently fall into?
Whoa.
Weird internet rabbit hole.
You go into this YouTube algorithm and that's
It's not recent, but before I used to watch the pimple popper.
Oh, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Really?
Do you like that? I just sit there and I'm like, well, that's a big one.
yeah, but it's
Cool.
not recent. I used to do it before. Recent would probably be the mukbang where the blogger,
okay.
yeah.
We eat all of the food on the leaf.
Yeah.
Seafoods and everything.
Good,
Oh,
nice.
yummy. Yeah. The karaoke mic is in your hand, bro. What's your go-to song?
What's the mood?
It's in your hand right now.
Yeah. What are you gonna sing?
What are you gonna sing?
I'd probably sing "Hey Jude."
Hey, there you go. I wasn't. No.
We actually talked about it. Like, I have this song in my head the whole day because you're coming. Like, hey Jude.
Yeah, I even said that to him earlier. Hey,
Yeah.
Jude, make it bad. All right, next one.
What's something non-tech you're weirdly competitive about?
Oh, chess.
Ooh,
Yeah.
chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I still don't know how to play.
I'd like to think I'm good. I mean, like above average at least.
You have a rating?
Yeah, I think it's 1.8. It's above average.
Okay. Decent.
Yeah, yeah. You play chess?
No.
I still don't even know how to play it. I like watching it.
Yeah,
but
that's
don't
what I
understand
do.
why-
I like to watch it. Yeah.
Another one. What's the one thing your team would roast you for if they were on this show?
Roast me for.
We gotta have that roasted segment. It's coming up.
Well, I guess two things. First is because as the CEO, I need to like speak the vision, right? Communicate the vision, and sometimes the team will spot my my random stuff that I say. So that's one. And I guess the second thing is they'd roast me. They'd always roast me with my outfit and like how I dress.
really?
Yeah, because I don't care about that much. But that's the other thing.
Outfit. What they roast you for your outfit? Oh my gosh. They wouldn't want to see me come in. That would be
Yeah.
a long time.
Okay. This is a bold question. Coachum or Great Jump?
Or
Great Jump.
like you mean like I'd select one?
You need to choose.
Like
That's it. You
well,
gotta choose one or the other. Co-chum or grey chum.
Great Jump.
Why?
Oh, I need to explain. Well, Code Jump is my like first quote unquote baby, and it's very special to me because it was the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey. But Grey Jump is much bigger. It has a bigger market size and it has a bigger potential, and it's really disruptive because it's something that's really new compared to Code Jump, where there are a lot of learning management systems out there. And so I'd have to go with Grey Jump.
Okay, that's directly a good follow up. Is tell us who are you? Give us a elevator pitch. You have like 1 minute. Tell who's Jude.
60 seconds on the clock. Sell me you, bro.
Well, I'm a startup founder, and this is the first time. If this is our first time meeting, I'll tell you that if I tell you something that I'll do it. So that's it.
You still have
Dance.
a lot of your
Dance right now.
I won't tell you that I'll do it. So
Oh, okay.
Okay, we need to dig a little bit
Yeah.
deeper with him. Cool, but I know Jude a little bit. He's I would say he is one of the most successful startups in Cebu. One of the bigger startups, also one of the startups that actually is scaling. How big is your team at the moment?
we're 15 right now.
So what are you building?
Oh, so like we have two products right now, two innovations. The first one is Code Jump. That was my college thesis project back then.
Wow.
And what I did is I turned it into a startup. It's a special learning management system for programming classes. So if you're familiar with Google Classroom, it's essentially Google Classroom for programming. And the other thing is Grade Chum, our recent innovation, which is an AI grading assistant that automates the checking of handwritten exams. It can check all those essay questions, problem solving, etc.
Okay. Before we go into your startups, we want to know more about Jude and what is the spark that gets you up every morning. Is that the one?
It's the wrong one again.
Why are you an entrepreneur?
Wow. Well, I guess no, not I guess. Well, but I'm an entrepreneur because I want to set an example that anyone could basically unlock their potential and live a fulfilling life. And right now there's not much example here in Cebu, at least. There's not much people who are really innovating and taking risk and going for their dreams. And I believe that if we have more examples,
Mm.
then more people would believe that they could also do it, and it will create that ripple effect. And entrepreneurship is one of the that's a
They
good sound.
believe. I
So entrepreneurship is one of the I believe that entrepreneurship is one of the avenues to prove that anyone could really do anything.
But to take the step to be an entrepreneur is still a step, right? Especially
Right.
in Cebu. So how did you get into, okay, I actually want to start my own venture. I want to be entrepreneurial.
Well, there have been signs. So, for example, when I was in college, I remember our dean telling me that as early as second year college, she told me I was already hireable because of my skills. But then she told me at the end that even though I'd be hired, I will not survive because I tend to question things a lot, and that doesn't work well, at least in a more corporate or traditional corporate setting. And so that's one. And the other reason is, again, I want to like prove that anything can be done by anyone.
So you were an easy student, or
What do you mean by easy? Like as for the teachers?
yeah? And did you enjoy school?
Oh, I enjoyed school, most especially most especially the major subjects. So like I remember before, I love programming very much, and I remember before when the programming classes got canceled because of whatever reason, for example, typhoon, I genuinely feel sad that there are no classes. So I love for the major subjects, yes, I love it very much.
So what is one of the classroom experience that you still think about today?
Classroom experience. Well, I can't I can't pinpoint. Okay. I remember one. My very first program that I created. So I remember programming was, although we had it in high school, but I didn't really learn it that much during high school, and I tend to ignore it at that time. But during college, in our very first programming class, we were asked by our teacher to create this Hello World program where the program will just literally print Hello World to the screen.
That's the first thing that you always see now. Like,
Yeah.
it's the hello world. For those
Oh,
guys
yeah,
that
so
just
you're
tune in,
familiar with it.
Of
Yeah.
course. I'm a software engineer, software programmer.
Ah, okay, cool.
For Facebook before. Yeah. I was
Wow.
a security expert. I was paid to hack the system and
Wow.
then get paid for it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's another time for another story.
I didn't expect that. All right. So because and programmers are normally quiet. So like
He's
Uh,
not quiet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah, so
what
like-
happened? Actually, there's time for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think when I was in the serious programming language back then, I couldn't look at someone in the eye. And then I
Wow.
became a DJ and I'm gonna rip that out. But anyway,
wow.
Back to you,
All right.
bro. Back to
Anyway,
you.
so like I remember the very first program that I created, the Hello World program, and I vividly remembered when I ran my program and it printed Hello World. I just stared at the screen for like 2-3 minutes, and I was very amazed and like really wow.
I did that.
You too?
No,
Oh
like,
yeah, me.
That feeling is
Yeah,
amazing, right?
Like I was just staring at it for like 2 to 3 minutes, and
Overwhelming.
then afterwards I closed the terminal, and then I replaced World with Jude, and then I was amazed again. Hello, Jude! Wow.
Why?
So that was I vividly remember that moment.
But maybe interesting. You say like are you then quiet because you're a programmer?
Oh, I'm usually quiet. Like
But as a CEO, you
that's really, I really need to step out of my comfort zone. So
Is
that
this-
was a big leap for me.
Is that
to, like-
now, or have you found that spot where you?
Sorry.
Is that even now? You kind of come out and you're more louder and more.
I'm
kind of
more
performative?
louder, but typically I'm quiet. So I mean, like I'm quiet in rooms where I don't know people. But of course, with my friends and like with the team, I'm generally noisy. So, but that's a big leap that I really need to like do.
I,
Well, you're
transition.
doing well right now.
I think
I couldn't shut up earlier when he was coming in. He was making so much noise.
yeah.
I had to tell him to be quiet because we were on
Quiet,
air. I
yeah.
was like, yo, Jude, quiet. We're live on air, bro.
No, I think the one of the first time that I saw Jude was actually in Manila, and he was pitching for angel investors. What I thought you did very great. Was that something that was outside of your comfort zone?
Yeah, definitely. So like,
So how did you get there? Like, how do you became like that?
oh, I just did it over and over again. So when I first started doing public speaking or like meeting other people, I remember that I frequently vomit before the talk or
Okay.
before the event, and
Mm.
sometimes even now to some extent, in some cases, if before I go to a speaking engagement, most especially if it's high stakes, what I do is I don't eat that much because I have
It's a
this.
nerve thing.
Sorry.
Isn't it nerves?
Yeah, I guess so. It's really just I'm not. This is not my comfort zone, but I have to do it because I'm the CEO, and I can do it. It's just that it's really not my. If I were to choose, if you could just lock me in a room and then I'll just go there all day, then I'd prefer that rather than like going out there.
Okay, but then because about 2 weeks ago you won actually a competition, right?
Right.
Quite a big competition. I've seen your pitch. I know you were nervous.
Yeah.
So he pitched in front of I think 200 people.
Yeah.
Also just important people. The stakes were high, and
Right.
he won. But the feeling that you have after when you win.
Oh, the feeling afterward was great, of course, and that was a boost of confidence as well. That I've done it before, and I could do it again. So that was really like a good boost of confidence. So yeah. So if you ask me to like speak to a crowd, then I can do it. It's just to be honest, it's still outside of my
Well, you're
comfort
kind of
zone.
speaking to a crowd right now.
Oh yeah, but I
you
can
just
see
can't
them.
see Yeah.
This is easier.
And also, just another reminder to all of our listeners that are tuning in on 105.1. We are currently listening to the Stella Spark Show with Jude Maranga. And we're opening his mindset. And we are talking about all the things entrepreneurial here. So stay locked in with us. And come and join us on our socials on 105.1 on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We're live right now. Come and join the conversation. Yeah.
So what was the moment that you thought like, okay, I need to build a Coachum?
Oh, when I graduated, I did it immediately. And I was able to do it because when I was in college, I already started doing freelancing. And so I was already earning on the side while I was still a student. And so I had some funds that I used to bootstrap Coachum when I graduated. So I did it immediately.
So what was the gap that you saw?
Oh, the gap was, so my intention with doing Coachum was that I really wanted more people to learn programming because of my experience with freelancing. So that was very eye-opening to me that because I thought before I thought you need to graduate to start earning. But with programming, you only need a laptop and an internet connection, and then you can start earning as early as like you're still a student. And so that's what I wanted to promote. That was my advocacy. That is still my advocacy. I wanted more people to learn programming because it can really change your life.
So for Coachum, who's your customer?
Our customer is the school. It's the schools who pay to us, but the users are the teachers in the classroom and the students as well, learning programming.
So it's in their curriculum.
It's a tool that they use in their curriculum.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you do Facebook Lives advertising your classes?
For CodeJump.
Yes.
Oh, so to clarify, it's not a class. It's a tool that teachers use to automatically check the programming outputs of students.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Because I
not-
was browsing my Facebook the other day, and there was someone going, "Join our class. We teach."
Yeah.
kids."
So it's not for self-learning purposes. It's a classroom tool that teachers use. So before, teachers have to spend so much time checking all of the students' programming outputs or programming solutions. And so with CodeJump, it's automatically and instantly checked. And so the thing is, with programming, what I learned is that the only way to get good at it is if you keep on solving programming problems over and over again. But with the class, with the nature of the class, the teachers are constrained to give more programming problems to their students because it will take them a while to check the solutions of their students. And so they tend to give lesser activities, and so it's lesser practice to their students. But with CodeChum, they could give as many programming activities as they can, and they don't have to worry about the checking part.
So how many universities are using or
Well, right now, I think it's around 115, 120, somewhere there nationwide.
that's a lot.
I'm just
Yeah.
looking at your website right now, bro.
Yeah, it's
it's
just-
like there's a little man on a ship here that's looking out at the ocean, dude. Like it's the whole world. Like it looks like the whole world, but it's the Philippines. That's
Philippines,
amazing.
yeah.
Over 100, over 100 schools worldwide, nationwide.
Nationwide.
nationwide,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
So and then you thought, okay, I have this 150 universities. Let's go even crazier and build another startup.
Right. So that's when GradeChum came to be. So with CodeChum, it only helps computer science and IT students and teachers. And so we wanted to expand further. We figured we had this relationship with schools. And so what we did is we launched GradeChum, and then we reached out to our existing partner schools of CodeChum and introduced to them GradeChum. And so it's a bigger market because it's not just computer science and IT students. It's basically all the students in the university or in the school.
So how does it work?
So with GradeChum, first the teachers have to create the activity on the GradeChum platform, similar to how they create a Google form where they input the questions and the choices and the etc. Afterwards, they print these special answer sheets that they give to the students. And then that's where the students will write their answers. So instead of a normal bond paper or a normal pad of paper, they write their answers on the GradeChum answer sheet. And then afterwards, the teacher will just have to scan it with the GradeChum mobile scanner.
Wow.
And then it gets automatically checked. So the solution, the entire solution, not just the final answer, but the entire solution is being checked. The essays based on the rubrics that the teacher set is being checked as well. And all those things.
This is insane. I'm just looking at your website right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, I really like to, you know, it's always been an amazing thing to be around people who have got great creative skills, and you know, that's why I love doing the show and just checking out your website. And I also noticed you've got your shirt here, your jacket here with
Oh.
the CodeChum mascot, I assume.
Right. We call it Cody.
Cody,
Yeah.
there it is.
Nice.
Just amazing, really cool. Sorry, I drifted off a little bit there, but you know, yeah, it's an honor to have you here. Nice.
So did you got the problem because you were actively working with teachers?
Right. So that's one. And the other thing is I'm actually a part-time programming teacher at my alma mater, Cebu Institute of Technology University. But I just didn't take I took some time off for like the past academic year because things have been hectic with the startup. But I recall before when I go to my to our department office and I saw my co-teachers having stacks of papers in their tables. And then they'd always complain about when it's time to submit the grades. They'll complain that they'll still have a lot of papers to check. And so that was one of the things that really brought me back.
So that's you basically stopped a possible delay in our exam because the teacher
Right.
basically had so much papers to
Yeah.
do. So we would actually have a few extra hours left in the classroom, and you have now obliterated those extra hours with your amazing piece of technology. So now teachers have more time to teach. Yay! That's amazing. I'm glad I'm through school now.
What I want to know is like, how does that work in dude's brain? It's like you have that idea and then you think like, okay, I'm already super busy. Like, how do you ideate it into a startup? Like, how does it go?
The process.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very random, and this is what I recommend to aspiring startup founders out there, that they do random things, they question things, because what I've learned is that inspiration comes at the most random moment.
Of course.
So with GradeChum, for example, I wasn't thinking about it at all. I was just riding my motorcycle on the way to eat siomai, and then all of a sudden I thought, there are a lot of teachers are having all these papers to check, and then what if we create something that can automate the checking of all of those papers? And so afterwards, I went back to the office. I asked for some inputs from the team, and then I immediately reached out to one of our teachers before from my alma mater to meet with her the next day.
Wow.
And then I told her, "Ma'am, what if there's this application that can automate?" And then she told me, "That's very good. That's very good." And then I contacted my other teachers as well, math teachers. I asked their feedback, and they told me that that's very good. If we have that, then they'd be very excited.
Mind blowing.
And then I recall what we did is, instead of like developing the application straight away, because that takes a lot of time, what we did is we asked the teachers to for their questions, and then what we did is we after the teachers do the activity, we collected the papers of their students, and then what we did is we manually check all the papers for them. So that was the start. Before implementing things, we manually check all of their papers and then gave it back like immediately tomorrow, just to see if they were really excited about it. And that's what we found out. They were very excited, and that's proof that GradeJam really has value.
So is this something that you heard from teachers or students that actually shaped the idea that you had, like the startup that you had?
Not from students, but primarily from teachers. So like teachers really complain a lot with the checking load, because they do it outside of the work schedule. So they do it at home, and their family time gets they don't have much family time, and so and they're very stressed as well, because they have a lot of
It's
papers
amazing,
to check.
really, bro. I'm sorry, I'm just mind blown with this whole
All right.
concept, dude. I like these. Normally when we speak to people, or about problem solving, it's normally something that's like we said in our first one. It's like it's too big of a problem,
Yeah.
and then there is this thing. It's true, teachers. Now you've solved it. It's
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just
This is interesting, man. This is giving me goosebumps, bro, because it's literally the randomness about it all as well. Like, you said he was on a motorcycle, and then he just had this idea, boom.
Right.
And then, boom, now it's there. And now you got a little thing called Cody. Just crazy. This is amazing. And for all of our listeners out there who's just tuned in as well, please do stay listening, because if you have an idea, if you have a vision at the most random times, stick to it. Do it. Talk to someone about it.
Right.
Yeah, man, this is cool. Code Chum. Jeez.
is there something that you do differently with GradeJam than you do with CodeJam?
Oh yeah, definitely. So with CodeJam before, it was my first startup. Before we talked to like the teachers and users, what we did is we spent like months developing the technology without even talking. So that was a very big risk from our end. But with GradeJam, the day I thought about it, the next day I talked to the teachers right away. So and then like the next week we had this first trial run of GradeJam right away. So it was very fast paced. GradeJam was conceptualized just last December or November or late November, and then right now we're on track to like have 5 partner universities paying customers right away. With CodeJam, that took a while because again we didn't move fast. But with GradeJam, we're moving very fast.
Can you explain that more? Like what do you mean with fast?
Oh, so like normally, what one of the common mistakes that I see with startup founders, and what we did as well with CodeJam, is that we develop the technology. We spend like months or sometimes even years before we do a quote unquote grand launch. And then when we launch the thing, we find out that nobody cares about it.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see that we did. And although in our case we got lucky because the teachers or the schools actually care, but in a lot of cases of other startup founders, they had that mistake and nobody cares. But in the case of GradeJam, we moved fast, and we really made sure that instead of like spending so much time developing the technology, we talk to users.
Yeah, so because you want to make something relevant, right?
Right.
Oh, look at that.
I just edited your website. Piotr and Queer Magic are awesome. There you
one.
go.
On your pricing page.
On your pricing page. Which, by the way, these prices are really amazing.
Yeah. It's tailored for like the Philippine setup.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I think like it's just cool to like because I think you're an example already for a lot of especially students around here. I know that in CITU you're an example for a lot of young people.
Yeah,
Also because
for
we
sure.
don't, we still miss the successful startups, but also just the way that you did it or the
Yeah.
way that your mind is working. And also because I love that you say that you needed to come out of your comfort zone to
Right.
become the person that you are.
'Cause that's
But,
not easy.
but it's
Yeah,
actually
it wasn't.
it's actually relevant to it's what we talked about last week with Tino, my co-founder of Stellar PH, is that if you dream, you need to get out of your comfort zone and you
Of
need to
course.
speak out loud about the crazy ideas that you have. That's
Right.
something that I can imagine that you're like a shy dude
Yeah.
coding in university, and then now you're sitting here and talking about these brilliant ideas.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
It,
amazing.
it
yeah.
really is. And one thing that you also have to kind of walk away and take away from it is like before when I was programming as well, I couldn't look at any. I was always talking like this. I could never look anyone in the eye. And then, I realized, I'm not going to get anywhere doing this. Even
Right.
if I become a CEO or if I become, a business owner, I'm going to have to face the music and dance whether I like it or not.
Right.
And, it's great to see that you can do that. And even here now, speaking to thousands of people, especially around the world, it takes a lot. And once you've done it, you just want to keep doing it. So there's one thing,
Right.
there's one-
What I also find interesting. So I would say you're a techie, right?
Techie, right?
Yeah. How do you validate with teachers that are not tech to make sure that you find the right solutions for them?
Oh, so what I've learned, I guess it's with how you communicate. What I've learned with over the years is that when you communicate with people, you really have to dumb it down and consider as if or act as if they don't know a thing. So like what I used to what I tell my team all the time is that when they explain things, I ask them, if you explain that way to your mother who does not know about tech, would they understand? And so that's always or when you explain it to a kid, would they understand? So that's I think that's the key. And then sometimes when I'm having a hard time explaining things, what I do is like, there's this, because with AI, right? You can just go to ChatGPT and then you could like tell
Yeah.
ChatGPT to explain this concept to me like as if I'm a 5-year-old. And then
Yeah,
ChatGPT
yeah.
gives you an explanation, and then you copy that explanation and you tell it to other people, and then that's
Maybe your next project can be for the students. Scan
That's
the
what-
sheet to give the answers from a 5-year-old, right? That's what they do. That's
Yeah.
what they answer their sheets now. They will like answer these questions as if I am a
yeah.
5-year-old. It's insane. I've got a question. What's something a teacher told you during feedback that made you pause and rethink everything?
Well, let me think. I can't think of something right now.
But you've got 2 seconds to decide. No, I'm joking.
I guess there's not, at least right now when I think about it, there's no single comment that's really big that really changed or like made me rethink a lot of things. But I guess it's a compilation of all those compliments or like their feedback to what we're doing, to tell us to keep going and keep doing this because this is really helping a lot of teachers and students. And so I guess that's the key thing. But in terms of like one big feedback that I wasn't able to like, I was really able to rethink my decisions and everything. So I can't think of it right now. Can't think of something right now.
No, we're talking about we basically talking about validating, right? So
Yeah, validation.
what I hear you say is that you validate everything with your users.
Yeah. We did.
Is this something that that is from a mindset perspective difficult for Filipinos to do, to ask feedback?
I guess it is. I guess it is. I guess it's. I think it's because of the culture where we're afraid of getting rejected, because even though you're just validating the idea, there's this fear that I found from others, at least from at least not for me, but for others, from others. There's this fear that what if they don't like my idea, or what
Yeah.
if they'll say hurtful words, and that's
What if they complain?
what if they complain, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
that's very common here in I'm not sure if it's common in Manila, but at least here in Cebu, what I found out from students and others, it's very common.
Yeah, no, so I'm Dutch. I'm kind of direct with everything, and what I always do is, especially for example, if I use Grab, I complain about everything. If something, but I don't particularly complain just to complain. It's good for them to
Right.
understand how to do better. If we are not telling, it doesn't have to be particularly complaining, but if we're not telling that things can be different or
The honest
better,
feedback, yeah.
yeah, we never get to the real relevant solution that
Right.
that will help them.
Right.
Is that something that was difficult for you?
For me, at first, when I was still very introverted and I was very shy, so that was very difficult. But right now, it's not difficult.
So what would you advise to someone to get that skill, or however you want to call it?
That's very hard. So what I did, because what I did is, I just did it. So like it's the same with the public speaking thing, where I was very shy and I couldn't speak properly in front of a big crowd, and so I mean I just did it. I just placed myself in a position where I'm forced to do it. So for example, with Coachum before, I just set the meeting. I just set the meeting with the deans, and then I'm forced to meet with them, and so I'm forced to speak, and so sometimes I commit to speaking to some events, and then when I commit, then I can't back out, and then that's what helped me grow as a person. So I guess just doing things.
Is that also why Great Jump is going faster than Coachum?
Yes, it's definitely is, because right now I'm not afraid of asking feedback from other people. I want honest feedback from people. Although do not confuse with sometimes honest feedback is good if it's delivered in a good intention as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I believe that any feedback is just good to hear.
Oh yeah, of course.
Did you feel that because we're talking about you as let's zoom in.
Yeah.
We're talking about a successful entrepreneur. You could say you basically built 2 startups,
Right.
and they went well.
Right. Yeah.
Did you feel somewhere
That
now on the way? Did you feel somewhere that you thought like, okay, it's not going the way that I want?
there of course there has been a lot of moments with the journey that I felt that way. Most especially, so like for example, there's some delays along the way. We're projecting to like close this partner within this month, but then there's been delay with their internal discussions, and so
What is your most embarrassing fail?
Yeah.
That's
Like
especially what-
super embarrassing film.
That's especially what he wants to.
Yeah.
Well, let me think. Like with the startup journey, right? Okay, so far
Like
with
a
the start-
fail, like something that's
No,
it's
failure
failed
can
to-
be anything.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing that really struck my mind was when I was still starting out with CodeJump. So before I was like the top student in our university, right? And so I had this pride and like ego that I'm very good. I'm a good programmer because I was the top one consistently from first year to fourth year, and class valedictorian as well. And so when we launched CodeChum, what we did is, or what I did is, I went to the classroom of one of my teachers. I joined her class, and then I met with the like first year students
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to try CodeJump out. And so when I entered the room, I was like, I was feeling great
Yeah.
because, of course, because of my like track record.
Mm.
But then when they tested CodeJump out for the first time, that was the first time where actual users use CodeJump, it crashed, and then like nothing was done in that class. And so that was like a very humbling moment for me, because I'm not used to like
You kind of shot your ego
that-
down a
it-
little bit.
yeah. So
As
that
if to say,
because
nothing's perfect.
right, exactly. So
Mm.
I'm very good at programming. That shouldn't have happened, but then it did.
Yeah, I opened your eyes as well into
Right.
into reality of like, sheesh.
Right, that things can happen.
Mm.
Yeah.
An introvert with an ego. I love it.
Yeah, when he said that, you're, you were confident back then. It's a real eye opener.
Yeah.
Failures.
I think how you can explain it is that you have your ups and your downs, right? And sometimes we praise you also because you're doing cool stuff. But it also puts you into a position, right?
Where
You-
we can ask you anything.
Yeah. No, I can sometimes imagine
criticize,
like
yeah.
it's also like a pressure that you
Of course.
have,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah.
How do you deal with that pressure? Also, not only that pressure, but also you have a team of 15 people, right?
Right.
You also need to, you need to do stuff.
Well, one thing I always think about what are the things I could control. And one thing I can control is my effort. And so with effort, I try to learn as many things as I can. I try to prepare as much as I can so that I'd have that like a great confidence. And so I guess effort is really the factor.
Yeah. I think your team will say the same. Like, you show the effort to us.
Yeah.
Let's go to a little bit of an advice, because I think that you're able to give a little bit of advice. Let's say someone from the province who wants to build something for their school. Like, what would be your advice?
From a province, like from a poor province?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. Well, I guess my first advice would be to go to the city first and then like learn from other people, explore what's possible. Because again, inspiration comes at the most random things. So you need to open your eyes first. When you've been in the province for quite some time and you're not exposed to as many technologies or like developments in there, then it would be hard for you to think of something creative or something unique. So you need to like open your eyes first, go explore what's out there. And then when you're ready and when you feel you're ready, you go back to your province. And hopefully you go back because your province needs you. So that would be my advice, to explore out there, what's out there.
Okay. And for Great Jump, like, what is the future, or even for Coach Jump?
Well, for Great Jump, the future is really to like go nationwide, not just nationwide, but worldwide.
There's nothing stopping you, bro.
Right,
There's
yeah.
nothing stopping you.
Yeah, handwritten exams is still very common out there, not just here in the Philippines, and even in US or in Europe. Students still do paper exams. And so that's the dream, that's the direction. We go global with Great Jump. With Code Jump, it's growing organically on its own because of the network effects that we have from schools here in the Philippines. Because in the Philippines, I'm not sure if it's the same thing with other schools in other countries, but in the Philippines at least, teachers tell things to other teachers. And so Code Jump is spreading basically on its own. And so we want to ensure that with Code Jump, the goal is really just to like make sure that retention is still very high. Right now, Code Jump's retention is 99%. And so a lot of our school partners, they've been with us like ever since until now.
Are you
So-
afraid that Coach Jump especially is just another edtech company, and maybe in 5 years it's...
Well, I'm not afraid because it's sustainable in a sense that our retention rate is very high and our profit margin is great as well. But I guess we have to really observe how the market is moving. There's this some feedback or comments from other people that because AI is already taking over, that programming classes would be obsolete, or computer science or IT would be obsolete, and then not much students will be going to schools anymore because of AI. But at this time, at this stage, at least we're still very far from it. So I guess at this time, we just have to observe where the market is heading, and then we do what we normally do. We
What-
pivot if in case
If you think what would be your edge?
with Edge with Code Jump.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the relationships with schools, definitely. So schools are hard to get in. It's hard to sell to them because of the bureaucracy. And but with once you get in there, the relationship is very sticky. So schools typically switch to other technologies. That not that much because it's hard for them to switch. So once you're in there, then it's really a solid competitive advantage, I would say.
How did you got that high retention?
High retention. We just have to make sure that the teachers are happy, so we can constantly check in with them. We do random calls with them, and then we visit their schools from time to time or campuses from time to time, so we could talk with their deans. So it's really just monitoring and understanding what's really going on.
So do you let them use it for free in the beginning if you have a new university, or how does it work?
Oh, with Kojang we don't anymore. So before we did because we needed to build the initial user base, but right now we don't typically give free trials anymore. We just like tell them that
Book a demo.
book a demo and then tell them the price and how it goes, and then they normally subscribe if ever.
Learning to code is linear.
Learn to
Is it a myth or a fact?
Learning to code is linear.
I'm just taking some information
is
from
from
your
your-
Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a bit of research here, playing
From
around.
our Facebook
From our
page.
Facebook page, yeah.
I haven't saw
Which,
that.
by the way, guys, you can check them out, Code Chum, on Facebook as well. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. I was just looking through your website, just browsing and checking out its functionality and stuff, because I find it very fascinating to pick on things when I'm when there's someone in front of me. But yeah, it's interesting, and I think you are right. In terms of schools internationally are still using handwritten. In fact, sometimes it's the best way to go to stop people from actually using ChatGPT.
Right.
Or,
That's actually
particular-
one of the reasons why schools are switching back to handwritten
And I think
exams.
you kind of conquered it, and I think what a place to start in the Philippines. And I've been here for 14 years, and that's the reason why I'm still here, is because people here are so adaptive to learn. They want to come up with these new ideas and processes, and the execution is just amazing. And to see something like Code Chum that sprouted from some episode on your motorcycle to reality to branching off, it really is really fascinating. And I think there is a bigger picture coming. I think it was a bigger picture.
I hope so. What was the reason why you participate in like competitions, like the competition that you did 2 weeks ago?
Oh, we don't typically participate in competitions because we sometimes it's for there's no end goal aside from the prize money and for fame and recognition.
It's all about the prize money and fame. Come on.
In our case with Philippine Innovation, it was different. We wanted to because it's organized by the government, and so we figured that if we win that competition, we would have easy access to DepEd, for example, or to CHED, and they could help us connect to those people, and we could work with them.
That's more valuable.
yeah,
to you
easier,
than
yeah.
the prize money. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
got you. I got you.
The prize money is still valuable.
Of course.
Yeah. But that's secondary, at least for us, for that competition.
Okay, back to you. What would be a thing that you wish someone told you on the start of your journey?
Well, I guess it would have to be related to the moving fast. One of the advice that I give to startup founders is to always think and ask yourself, how can you launch tomorrow? And so that's the advice. When you have the
Nice.
idea, I ask them, how can you launch tomorrow? How can you get feedback tomorrow? And so that's the challenge. If I have
Well, I just booked a demo, so I'll find out tomorrow.
if I'd known that earlier, then I guess it would be farther ahead right now. So yeah,
So what is your third startup upcoming?
third startup.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's still in the works of my brain.
Dance Chum.
But you have it in your mind, or
There's a rough idea, but it's too soon.
Dance chum.
Yeah.
Well, we teach the dance.
Is it in the same space?
Yeah, it is. So our mission or our why is really to like help people unlock their potential, because again, when you unlock your potential, you get to live a fulfilling life.
You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing your vision is to really cut down people's overload.
That's the how, or like the what, but like the core of it, the core of what we're doing is we really want to help people unlock their potential, and when we help the teachers, they help their students
Yeah.
more effectively.
Spending less
Yeah.
time doing what doesn't need to be done.
Yeah.
Automating and giving them more time
Yeah,
where they really
right.
need to spend it.
Yeah.
Mm. So, what's the one way this community, well, the listeners and the teachers, of course, founders can support Grade Chum?
For Grade Jump, if you are a teacher who wants to try Grade Jump out, we just launched our Grade Jump website, where you can join the wait list. So, or you could go to our website. Grade
There's a
Jump.
wait list.
There's a wait list because we have to limit it first so that we don't. That's one of the things as well. We want to grow fast, but we need to grow at a sustainable pace. So
You are just, you're spot on with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so we want to limit
Slowly control it to make
Right.
it perfection.
first. Right.
It's amazing, really, isn't it?
But at the same time, we need to move fast. So it's a balance. It should be a balance.
I still want to pick his brain because he's smart.
know.
Outside of your, let's say your own field, what is something that you think is missing here in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Like what kind of problem?
Outside of my field, like outside of the education space,
Yeah.
well, there's a lot of problems here in the Philippines, and not just in the Philippines, but in the world.
Why I ask it is because I think that your mind, a lot of times in the Philippines, they take a big problem,
Mhm.
and there are a lot of big problems, but
Which are like
you solving,
unachievable. Some of
yeah,
them.
small, easy, niche
And
problems.
specific.
Traffic.
Yeah. Traffic.
That's the
Traffic.
one. That's the one. Isn't always right.
Always
Yeah.
traffic, yeah.
But yeah, what is the one thing that you can
Maybe
see
also
the Philippines
to,
could do
to,
with,
to
but it's not.
advise other
What was it
people.
last week? They said book clubs.
Oh yeah, we should. I actually
If you would have said book clubs, that would have been 3 in a row. Boy, we should have just like shut this down
Yeah.
now and just go open a book club.
no, I'm starting a book club soon. Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
There you go. And what's the one thing, bro? What you think the Philippines could do with?
And outside of education space, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess I'd have to agree with the traffic, but I haven't thought that much. I mean,
Or what's something?
I have a
What's
lot
something
of
that could be needed here? Like there isn't any of them. Does that make sense?
should it be a product or a service or
No, if
something?
there's a problem here, what's it?
Whatever,
Oh well, it would be the examples that I
Good.
mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not a product or a service. So I guess like having more startup founders, that would be very great.
That's what we do, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Ah.
yeah, exactly.
A space
Yeah,
for everyone to get together and brainstorm.
yeah.
What is the ideal startup founder?
Mm.
The ideal startup founder is someone who doesn't care much about the money and the fame, but really driven by some inner sense of purpose that could help other people. So
Mhm.
I guess that's a. I've learned that a lot of startup founders really care about the money first.
Mhm.
I care about the money, to be honest, but it's really secondary.
I get this vibe that you're the kind of guy that would help others before yourself.
Well, that's good to know. But yeah, and yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
but-
that's
but-
sometimes how you also find problems.
Yeah.
And then when you find out that it's a repetitive problem that you're helping others, that's when you can make a solution to make it more
Right.
on a global scale. And that's where I see.
Yeah.
this
No,
particular one.
that's why I asked you before, like, why do you want to be on stage? I think there's a lot of people that just want
He
to
really
be,
wants to dance. There's
wants to
something
be on stage. Yeah.
There's something with you. It'll come out. It'll come out eventually, and he'll be like, I just gotta break down and dance.
No, I think like
Has a purpose. Everything has purpose and reason.
I would have the same advice: is that show that you can, have a product or a service, and then
Being
go on
bold.
stage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's cool what you did, right? In November, you had an idea.
Yeah.
And instead of like, you know,
Mm.
going on a stage, you just built it
Yeah. Right.
and showed that you can actually do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's it's a good advice, right? It's also just
Of course.
yeah.
And it really is true. It really is true. I mean, like, I've met a lot of smart people who are very quiet. And, you know, like, and I've met some people that are really hyper, and also equally smart. And
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, when I get down and speak to them, you know, they have been through a phase where they've had to make changes.
Yeah.
And they've had to kind of like go like, boom. And sometimes you do need to go up on a stage, not just
Right.
because of like, you know, the prize money or whatever. It's because you're getting the exposure. You don't know who's in the crowd that's going to
Yeah.
see your energy and then go, I want to meet that guy, build a
Right.
connection. And that is the way forwards. And that's why I really think, you know, these things that Stellar PH does, you know, in covering all these bases and putting together all of these opportunities, it really is something that everyone should take advantage of and really start building their connection bases.
Yeah, and just talk about your dreams and
Yeah.
stuff. Could you imagine doing something else?
Like not a startup founder.
Yeah, like not working 24/7 in your mind.
Like, is it for livelihood or like for just any random thing that I'd be doing if I weren't?
Anything random other than being a CEO?
So I think it's an interesting question to an entrepreneur that so how I see it is that you don't particularly choose to be an entrepreneur. You get in that situation because you're solving a problem, and then
Yeah.
you're a CEO.
Yeah.
Mm.
How can you imagine that you would be something else than that? And having
Prob-
the same impact, for example.
Well, I mean, probably a programmer. I'd be working as a programmer, definitely. But if not a programmer and not a startup founder, to be honest, I don't know. I think I'll be suffering mentally and emotionally because I don't know. If you lock me in a room, one of the worst things that I really imagine happen to my life is if I get to jail and then I just sit there all. I think I'd go crazy
Have nothing to do.
if there's nothing to do. And
Uh-huh.
so my mind is very restless a lot of times, and so I really need to channel it to
Vent.
something. Yeah.
Mm.
And so entrepreneurship is one of the
You wouldn't be
great
planning a way to get out
to
using programming.
well, that's probably one thing. Hopefully.
I would try and do that, even though
But,
it's possible. You know, using the sunlight to power a small device, which then could lead to unlocking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Keep your mind busy until you just realize there's
Oh,
just no
yeah.
sunlight in your cell.
So we already said you're on Facebook. Where can people find you? And if they, for example, want to use CodeChum, or if they want to use GreatChum, what do they need to do?
Yeah, our contact details are just on our website. You can go to codechum.com or gradechum.com if you want to learn more about our service. And then if you want to connect with me, I'm typically available on Facebook. So you could just search my Facebook and then send me a message.
And
I
what
also noticed on your website here, like the three people here will have the same last name.
Oh, we're brothers.
So it's amazing. Your
uh,
family is involved with this.
Yeah. The heads of the team we're brothers. Yeah.
Wow. And then it looks like your classmate is in charge of all your money.
Yeah.
Jeff is the
Jeff is Jeff is our one of the angel investors, turned advisor, turned CFO.
wow.
So he's based in the US. He's the only one he's the adult, quote unquote adult in the room.
Yeah.
So he had 20 years experience in engineering as vice president there in US.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to do finance and help us with the CFO part.
And your vision here to live in a world where every young person, Filipino and beyond, is able to maximize their potential
Yeah.
and live a fulfilling life. So, guys, for all of you guys that are tuning in right now, we are with the Chief Executive Officer of CodeChum, GreatChum, and you can find him on CodeChum.com and also on their Facebook.com/CodeChum.
Right.
Wow, and you actually post regularly on your Facebook as well, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really nice. So
That's
Yeah.
important. That's
I also
important.
like the content. It's
No.
just nice content. Anything that you need at this moment?
Well, we need to. For Grade Jump, we're looking for more teachers to try it out, and so that's really one of the things that we need
I
help
like
on.
this one. 404 hit so hard it shook the foundation.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I like this stuff. You know, being a programmer, I understand it all. You know. Wow.
Oh,
It's
you're looking
amazing.
at the memes?
Yeah, I'm just browsing everything.
I
dude.
mean,
I'll
that our
know
Facebook
everything
page.
about you before you leave, dude.
Okay, so teachers and they can go to your Facebook page and
Right.
just let you know that they want to.
So,
Yes.
so
test
you
it
do
with
back-to-back
you.
partnerships as well.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Sorry?
Back-to-back partnerships.
Oh, yeah. Just recently. For this upcoming academic year, this August.
I really like Cody. He's got something about him. I think we should turn this into a mascot.
Yeah.
Which is another business I own. So if you need mascots or 3D printing, hello. Let's talk after the show.
Oh, we should make a plush of it and put it into the
Yeah,
claw
into the
machine.
arcade.
Yeah, you know, like the arcade.
So
below?
after this, maybe you don't know, but the biggest arcade, and it got all the way to the US. Actually, Jimmy Fallon talked about it. Like it's our weekly
Wow. The
wow,
weekly wow.
weekly wow. But Kuya Magic made the biggest claw machine in the world. Officially,
Biggest what?
Biggest claw machine.
Where?
You'll
Here.
see it in my arcade just out here.
We're gonna play now.
Wow, cool.
You're gonna have a complimentary play and a photo moment down there.
Yeah.
But
So
it actually reached.
this
crazy.
week, Jimmy Fallon talked about his claw machine in his show. So
Yeah.
super
It
excited.
was so random. Piotr messaged me and said, "Look, check this out," and I'm like, "Oh." And then, yeah, there it was. The Philippines just built the world's largest claw machine. We got the Guinness World Record. We broke a world
Wow.
record. So,
Yeah.
very fascinating stuff. And maybe we can turn Cody into a plushie and work out on a deal, and we can put him in our claw machines.
Could
Hey,
do
because
that,
he's cute. Check it out. Anyway,
Cool.
Any last words?
No, I'm just happy that Jude is here.
words?
Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
yeah.
You can come back. You said thank you.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice.
We like people who say that. Thanks for having us.
This
Some
is a
people just
great.
leave.
Yeah, this is a great experience. This is a great experience.
Yeah, and for all those that are tuned in as well, you can rewatch this whole entire episode for free over on our YouTube at Tops Media Center, and also you can see some highlights uploaded through Stella PH
Yes.
on their stories and on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanna promote?
StellarPH.io on Instagram, StellarPH on Facebook, and we have our website, StellarPH.io. A lot of stuff happening, so definitely follow us.
And again, thank you so much for coming up and taking your time to be here.
Thanks, Kuya
and
Magic.
sharing your mind with the world. And also, Piotr, thanks for conceptualizing this idea with me not long ago. We did this fast.
I know, right?
It's crazy. That's it.
Okay.
Move fast. Right?
Work fast. yeah.
Work to wisdom. Anyway, thank you
Thanks
so much.
all.
And guys, if you're just tuning in, thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, guys, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or if you want to come onto the show, you can let us know. Hello at topsmediacenter.com. You can also message Tops Media Center on Facebook, or you can reach out to Piotr and his team at Stella PH. This is the Stella Spark Show, episode 5. Thank you so much, guys.